Hello everyone, this is Verbs Part 1 and it's the first video in a series that I'm going to make about verbs. And we'll begin by asking the question, what is a verb? A verb is a word that shows an action or a state of being, meaning, let's say, a situation about something. And this helps us to understand the two types of verbs in English. They are action verbs and non-action verbs. Let's take a look at action verbs first because, well, they're a little bit easier to explain. We sometimes call action verbs doing words because they describe an action taking place in a sentence. For example, the verb read explains what the girl is doing in the picture. She reads, or we can say she is reading a book. So read explains the action. Here's another example with the verb eat. He eats, or we can say he is eating a donut, and this explains what he is doing. Let's look at one more. We have the verb swim. So we can say he swims or he is swimming. Okay, now let's look at non-action verbs. Non-action verbs don't describe a physical action like action verbs do, and we don't use them with the progressive tense. Non-action verbs describe things like emotions, mental states, preferences, senses, appearance, or possession. Let's look at some examples. The first example is with emotions. Gerard loves pizza. It's correct. Gerard is loving pizza. Incorrect. The next is with mental states. I agree with you is correct. I'm agreeing with you is incorrect. And the next one is preferences. He wants a car. It's correct. He is wanting a car. Incorrect. The next one is senses. I hear some music playing is correct. I'm hearing some music playing. Incorrect. The next one is appearance. The watermelon weighs 1 pound. Correct. The watermelon is weighing 1 pound. Incorrect. And possession. We have a blue car. Correct. And we are having a blue car. Incorrect. And in English, we have verbs that can be both non-action and action. I know it's a little bit confusing, but I'll try to explain it. And the best way to explain it is with examples. So the first, we have the verb have. Have here is the possession of something, to own something. For example, I have a car. I own a car. She has a cat. She owns the cat. And in the next set of examples, we can see how have is used as an action verb. The first example, I'm having lunch now. Here, having lunch is an action. You're actually eating lunch. And in the next example, we're having fun. We're experiencing fun. We're doing something. We're having a good time. In the next set of examples, we're looking at the verb smell. The non-action side first. That soup smells great. It has a good smell. And in the action verb example, we see she is smelling the soup as she cooks it. So she is smelling it, she's sniffing it. That's an action. All right, let's look at one more. Now we have the verb think in the preferences category. In the first example, We have I think it's an excellent plan. This is a non-action verb. It expresses an opinion. In this case, it's an opinion about the plan. And in the action verb example, I'm thinking about going to that movie. In this case, the person is considering doing something or thinking about. That's an action. So it's an action verb. Now for the big question. Can we ever use a non-action verb with the progressive tense? Well, look at the example. The man in the picture asks the girl, "How's the food?" And she answers, "I'm loving it." The girl's answer, "I'm loving it," expresses how strong she feels about the food at the moment. She says this instead of, "I love it." Is it grammatically correct to say I'm loving it? No, it's not grammatically correct. But do people still use it? Yes, they do. You will probably hear people using it on TV, in the movies, even with, let's say if you have American friends and they're speaking, they may be using it like this use. In my opinion, it's a bad habit to start to do, because once you start a habit like this, it's hard to break it, especially if you're a new learner of English. But it's good to just understand why they do it and be aware of it. Okay, that's all for this video. I hope it helped, and look for more videos on verbs in the future. And remember, keep practicing. See you next time.